So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Valentine. Throw left side complete. That's Turner. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a first carry for their fullback. And very little room to maneuver. They'll get this down to about the 39. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. These two teams had met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And now a carry here for their fullback. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play. Who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
To throw on 3rd down, Valentine got his man complete over the middle. It's Turner, and he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. On the give, this is their fullback. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Valentine. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Throwing to start the drive. Haas. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
On second down, it's Hopkins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Baldwin now to return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Well, a good job shifting right, finding his target. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And even 50 receiving yards for him now in this first quarter alone, and also a first down. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, he tried to bounce it outside, but that's obviously not his game. He's too much of a straight line runner.
Yeah, him in the outer third of the field, not a recipe for success. That time a loss. To throw on second down, Valentine. He's got Turner. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. After 7-0 on EA Sports. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Valentine. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it.
That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Haas. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, it's one thing to get the interception, and it was a great play, but then you saw how quickly all of his teammates, Charles, turned to find blocks, made sure they had space for him to make the house call.
And not only did they turn and find the blocks, none of them clipped from behind, blocked someone in the back. This play is going to stand. And how about what we see each and every week now? When the defenders make a big play, there's always a group celebration after the takeaway.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action. Haas. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Haas. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Haas.
That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On 2nd down now, it's Hopkins. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 31. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Haas. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Check right.
Now a handoff up the middle. Hopkins, he'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Blue check.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hopkins, and able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Off the play fake. Haas sliding out of the pocket. He finds Hopkins complete. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Up the middle they go. It's Hopkins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Ultra. 10 cycles. Ready?
They'll try to run this one in. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. On fourth down, Haas. And it's caught. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing on first down, Valentine. He's got a man, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On first down, Valentine. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Haas. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up fourth down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Haas. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Okay, ready? Black shot. Trail green. Steal. Check steal.
On 1st and 10, Haas. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage again, the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Haas. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Well, I'd say that it's fair to say nothing has gone right in this first half for them. Even here, you've got a chance to at least get on the board, but that goes by the wayside. And now, this coaching staff, they've got to figure out some way to wake this team up at halftime to get them going.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Let's go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Right.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Haas. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So roughing the passer here, even though... wasn't a quarterback.
And this is a call, partner, I think you might see once a decade or so. But the officials know the rules better than anyone, and you have to know them when you're on the field. Anyone throwing the ball gets the same protection as a quarterback. So if he gets hit late, that's definitely going to draw a flag.
Throwing on first down, Haas. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Looking to throw on second down. Haas. And this is caught inside the 5.
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. Perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
And he's got room. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
On third down, Valentine. Over the middle, complete. That's Turner. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 37. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Valentine firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw, He saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Touchdown, Eagles! From 8 yards out, and the Eagles will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point forthcoming. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get...
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Looking to throw. Haas. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. He seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now this throw caught left side. Down inside the 10. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. It's a quarterback sneak. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll try and sneak it here. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. The 15 out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and and try and finish off a game.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Past the 20, and he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, we've said it many times, Charles, when you have weapons like this at the wide receiver position, just get them the football any way that you can, and here it's in the run game.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw on second down, Valentine. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously...
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there.
With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. On first down, Haas. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
On first and 10, Haas. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. There he goes left side. The 30. 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles... It's a pick-6 TD. An extra point attempt to follow here. And He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37.
73 yards on the ground for him so far.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, 4th coming. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made, and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Back to throw. Haas. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 73 yards. And the Cowboys get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead down to 20. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. So they lost yardage and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Eagles, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.